throughout this trauma training is the fact that, you know, when you see somebody's behavior, it's important not to just judge them on their behavior. It's to understand that, you know, there is some trauma that is kind of causing that behavior.
Well, being involved in this training, I've really broadened my awareness of how trauma is everywhere, and to recognize it without making too much of it at the same time. I mean, our clients clearly have a lot of trauma issues, most of them, but our providers are dealing with that. Us as individuals are bringing our own stories, so we don't know what anybody's carrying. And I think that as a human services agency, it's really important for us to create a culture in which we're taking care of workers so that we have a safe place to be able to renew ourselves so we can provide the best service we can for our individuals.
I totally agree. I think one of the big things for me is just reinforcing how we build healthy relationships with each other, with our clients. And you know, what that really puts us in tune with is how ready they are for the next steps or what they need to, you know, in terms of support, because if they're not ready, you know, we're not gonna get anywhere. We're just gonna further traumatize, you know, the situation.
Being more mindful of not re-traumatizing and asking them to retell their story over and over again, and how just the effects that the early childhood trauma especially may have affected their brains, along with how their neurobiological systems function.
One of the biggest benefits I've seen from the trauma leadership team is, you know, being able to pull together people who, you know, especially those of us who've had training, being able to pull together both for individuals' personal situations as well as, you know, case-specific situations. I think we've been able to really pair with, you know, the mental health system and the, you know, the family group decision-making system, as well as, you know, others to really benefit our families and individuals. So.
And going along with that, I found that I've learned not to keep quiet if I'm in a situation where even a doctor or another provider is saying something that I know is not the right thing to be saying, or recommending something that I know is not going to be beneficial to the consumer, that I can politely speak up and offer my opinion now. I just feel like I can do that.
And I think it's really important for all of us to be trauma sensitive and give that person, whether it's a client, whether it's a coworker, or if you are even in supervisions with someone, is to give that time to listen to that person, being sensitive to what they have to share if they want to share their story. And then sometimes you may be able to even explore and teach some things about trauma to that person to help in their healing. But it's really important for us to be compassionate and tolerant of what people are going through.
And I think this team has a lot to be proud of. From the beginning of our training, you know, we've instituted trauma talks to help support staff. We started the newsletter to continue to educate staff and remind them about our trauma-informed principles. And now we've created this trauma practice model that we're going to be rolling out to the division, with the intent that this is what the Human Services Division follows. This is our thoughts.
I do think it's a challenge getting it across the board to everybody, though. That's, you know, we are all so involved in it, and there's another team behind us, right, that's gonna be, but it's getting everyone else to buy into the trauma awareness and really use the principles, because I can still see regularly that it doesn't happen, and it's gonna be, you know, on our part to bring this to everybody and really encourage them to use it, because we are human services and we are dealing with people who have trauma, and it's very important to know that going in, that, like Bob said, someone behaving a certain way is largely probably a result of trauma. So it's a challenge.